Starliner astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams make
Hello?
history as the first crew headed to the International Space Station on Boeing Starliner.
Is this happening? How do I stream again? Oh my goodness.
Status check to proceed with terminal count.
Hi, everyone.
Propulsion.
Can
Hydraulics.
you hear me?
Pneumatics.
Go.
LO2.
Go.
Water.
Go.
Centaur systems. Propulsion. Go. Pneumatics.
Can you guys
Go.
also
LO2.
hear?
Go.
I
LO2.
haven't done this in so long. I'm like, how do I stream?
Electrical systems. Airborne. Go. Ground. Go.
You can hear the
Facility.
NASA feed. You can hear me.
Yeah.
Everything's awesome.
Flight
Okay.
Go. GCQ. Go. Op support. Go. Com.
Hi, guys.
Go. Umbilicals. Go. Arm control.
Hello.
Go.
Hello.
Go. Redline monitor. Go. Quality. Go. Op safety
I
manager.
just slid in.
ULA safety
Just
officer.
slid
Go.
in.
Vehicle system engineer. Go. Anomaly chief. Go. Range coordinator. Clear to proceed. Flight director. Houston flight.
Awesome. It's been so long since I've done this. I'm like, wait, where are the buttons? How does this work? Howdy.
Permission to launch.
Hi, guys.
With the count. ALC verified.
Hello from England.
16:25:40.
Yeah. Geez, I just slid in here. Like, I mean, this is good. 5 minutes, right?
That is clear.
Hello.
Thank you, LC. To all of you sitting on console.
And from Montreal. What a cosmopolitan group we are.
This is a great day to be proud of your nation. And all of you listening.
No, Jax. No. I've been waiting so long for this launch. What do you mean, SpaceX? We're not doing SpaceX. Been waiting years.
Our nation, like the Bay Area building and other places where you are.
From Netherlands. Oh my God. You guys are fancy.
It's a great day to be proud of your nation. Great day to be proud of Boeing.
Yep, they're known for that. That's
And NASA.
why we're not nervous at all.
We are one nation under God, indivisible.
Hi, Isaiah.
And then we together use the power of that combination.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. How do I...
So LC.
Something west, IU goes west, IU goes west? Is that how I say that?
This spacecraft to the International Space Station.
I already had my breakfast. I'm now having some green tea because I feel like it's too early to drink. It's like 9:20 a.m. here. Hello from Dubai. You should.
LC flight. Starliner configured for terminal count. Roger. All steps are complete prior to terminal count.
Okay. Oh my goodness. This is happening. This is happening? This is happening.
Hard not to be emotional listening to those words from Butch. I'm sure we'll be playing that speech back for a long time.
T-minus 4 minutes and counting. 3, 2.
I will answer this question when I'm not nervous. Okay. This is good. This is the first launch that I watched. It was my third live. I'm like, this is the first one that I've watched where it's my third live ever with people on it. So, holy smokes. Okay. It's fine. Yeah, it's happening.
All personnel turn to recycle section.
I mean, it would be a late scrub. That would be very late.
LC switch is not ready.
I know. Okay. It's fine. I think this is part of the reason why I couldn't do this earlier, though I probably should have done it earlier. It's just, yeah. Okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Starliner standing by.
Okay. Okay.
ALC reset countdown clock to T-minus 4 minutes and holding. Active.
No, it's not fixed. They're launching with the leak. Yeah.
Roger.
Yeah. That's what we're doing.
Atlas tank pressures are stable.
Roger.
But Butch is a pro. Sunny, that's the other astronaut. I don't know how you pronounce her name. She's a pro.
SRB ignition disabled.
Okay, it'll be fine.
Okay, consoles. Step 60. Report launch vehicle status. Atlas lead.
Yeah, no kidding.
Atlas tank pressures and helium bottles stable. Atlas propulsion system stable.
Roger. Centaur lead. Centaur tank pressures and helium bottles stable. Centaur propulsion system stable. Has gas readings nominal. Roger. Vehicle electrical. VE channel 1.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
Avionics system stable.
Roger. And LC can verify no indications of hazards. Flight LC.
LC Starliner systems are stable.
Roger. Starliner, last arm switch to off.
Last arm switches off.
Yeah, I saw that too. But
OCU safe and EDS and test move.
Roger. Arm control, deploy the crew access arm.
Roger.
Starliner, proceed with
I
ordnance
don't know.
deactivation.
Captain one. Ordnance deconfigured. All off.
Roger.
LC.
And go ahead, ALC.
Countdown clocks reset T-minus 4 minutes and hold.
Roger.
Oh, they reset it.
Verify CST 100
Okay,
clearance is
that's
active.
why.
Verified.
It's so big and so old, and I love it so much because I require a lot of tea in the morning.
Okay, all stations, recycle systems back to T-minus 1.
It is so
Hold
cool.
time occurred at T-minus 3 minutes 50 seconds. Report status at completion.
I thought I heard 4 minutes. I thought they were resetting it to 4. Andy Bob with
And
the dad
flight
joke?
LC. CST 100
Yeah.
power to external.
Copy. We'll put it on. LC locks on.
Go ahead.
Subset Bravo, Atlas LO2, continuing topping.
Roger.
LC locks 2.
Go ahead.
Substep Golf, Centaur LO2, continuing topping.
Roger.
LC Field 2.
Go ahead.
Centaur
They are. I did a video about that
Roger.
last year? I can't even remember. I remember doing a video about it at some point, or it was part of another video.
Pneumatics pressure stable.
Roger.
Two.
LC
Two. Butch and Sonny, or Suni. Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams? Sonny, I'm butchering that name.
Sensor pneumatic system stable.
Roger.
Both have done 3 missions, I think, or maybe 2. Maybe I think they've each been to space 2 times.
Roger.
So yeah.
LC ECS. Go ahead. Substep November ECS set point stable. Roger.
Ooh, that's cool. Someone's made that joke. There's no way someone has not made that joke to them. Also, I just saw that movie for the first time like a month ago. Ooh.
LC the flight control.
Go ahead.
Substep Kilo flight control ready.
Roger.
Are we going back? Why are we going back? Well, yes and no. I mean, no, it's not good for what we want to happen, but yes, it is good if they really think there's something wrong. Wait, hang on, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to. I don't know. I don't know.
If you're just joining us here at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station,
True axis arm is deployed.
Roger.
we did have a automatic hold of our ground launch sequencer shortly after we began our terminal count for today's launch attempt. No indication yet as to what caused that hold of the automatic ground launch sequencer. The team is still evaluating data. In the meantime, the team is active recycling the vehicle to a good holding state so that we can prepare for our next steps. But for now,
Roger.
we are holding at T-minus 4 minutes, recycling the vehicle after a hold of our ground launch sequencer shortly after picking up terminal count for today's launch opportunity.
So it turns out me waiting until the last minute didn't really matter. didn't really matter because they're going to make me wait anyway. They're like, "Oh, you think you're going to get a launch with just 10 minutes of waiting, Marion?" Incorrect. You are not. Yeesh.
LC has gas. Go has gas. Substep hotel has gas. Normal scan pattern including cat. Roger.
How's everyone else doing? What are you guys drinking? Oh, man. Hi, Butch.
And flight
Hi,
LC.
Sunny.
Channel 1. Yes. Roger. Secure
They are very
CT-100 prop system. Last valve to remain open. Flight copies. Probably take us at least 5 minutes here. Yeah, copy.
We're going to send it over to NASA's Darryl Nail over at Hangar AE for some continuing coverage of our
FTS
status.
LC.
I don't know. I hope so. I mean, they're getting closer every time, so maybe?
NASA operations
Yeah, just looking for
manager's
your
loop.
recycle status.
Recycle.
Roger. SYS LC.
Yes, LC, GC30 is ready.
Roger.
Why is this all my fault? We're like, Marion, you screwed up. You're
As you
screwing
mentioned,
Starliner.
The ULA team now safing the vehicle,
Really?
making sure all the high energy systems that were prepared to launch are now put into a safe configuration. At 12:21 p.m., roughly T-minus 3 minutes and 39 seconds, we got a hold.
Launch Director LC Channel 1.
LDM1.
Yes, sir. So we had a hold call at T-minus 3 minutes and 50 seconds by the CCLS launch sequencer. So at this time, we've completed our recycle back to T-minus 4 and holding configuration and ready to proceed with a scrub crew egress operation.
What?
Roger that. Stand by.
Roger.
No. No!
Of the scrub call for this launch attempt today. Again, this was the ground launch sequencer, essentially the computer that launches.
Roger.
This is the computer that is
Okay, all personnel going to Operation 85. OSM, LC.
OSM.
Establish the BDA roadblocks and open the flight hazard area.
Roger.
I mean, you win, Jack.
Will be starting an approximate 65-minute hold at this time for flight crew egress. All systems maintain T-minus 4 and holding configuration.
Ronald's like, bye! Did they say why? Did I
The
miss
hold
that?
time is not relevant at this point. The fact is they're getting it into a state where they can go through and get the crew out of the spacecraft. But I was mentioning the computer. This is the computer that, when we're in the terminal
I'm
count,
trying not to cry.
launches the rocket, brings a number of systems
I
and
know.
a
Thanks
huge
for
number of
hanging out.
operations,
What?
all at a rapid pace. Something with the GLS, it's not understood at this time what it is, caused the GLS to throw an automatic holdout at T-minus 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Arm control.
Yeah, per step 40, can you give me that call out
Mm.
on the status of the crew access arm?
Crew access arm deployed.
Man,
Arm controls.
these guys cannot catch a break.
Roger. In FELC,
Go ahead.
start CAT TVM system monitoring.
Roger.
Like, I'm trying to think of a launch with
RLM.
with astronauts on it that has been scrubbed this many times in the last few years. Like, I'm,
Line report.
Roger.
yeah.
LCFE.
Go ahead.
CAT TVM system enabled. Readings nominal.
Roger.
I mean, with them on the pad too, but they've rescheduled it after the first launch was scrubbed
The NASA
3 weeks ago.
operations manager now conveying
Excuse
to
me.
his team that they are
I think they have set up 4
at
dates since
possibly a
then.
24-hour turnaround.
Go ahead.
So I'm not gonna have a weekend, I guess.
Roger.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, there'll be a lot of
Oh, is
data.
that true? Oh, okay. I have no memory of that.
And flight LC.
I mean, I think I have posted about it.
Your estimate for
I think this is my 4th time being like, "Hey guys, today's the day." Nope, just kidding.
need 5 more minutes. Roger. Thank you.
I mean, at this point,
Everything you're hearing now is about getting the crew, which is the primary focus at this moment by the launch team, out of the spacecraft
did Boeing make your Pontiac?
and back on the ground. So configuring the crew access arm.
Yeah, I mean, see you guys here tomorrow. I mean,
the operations, which are in their schedule for a launch scrub, moving through those methodically.
oh, I thought you were leaving, Rondell. It's just me gonna be. It's just gonna be me being like. I was so. I had all this, obvious nervous energy to be like, okay, it's gonna be good. Like I'm super synced up, and now I'm just a weird mixture of deflated and relieved.
Try to understand the cause behind that. They don't know that at this time. They'll be studying the data. NASA's commercial crew team.
I mean, and I know these astronauts are pros, right? But just like, Jesus, how many times are you going to be strapped to this thing? Be like, nah, just kidding, come back. Nah, just kidding, come back.
Throughout this process.
I mean, I guess I'll just keep streaming for a little while longer just to see if we get more info or see them get out, but I wonder if it's going to be the same time tomorrow.
So we can see on the views here inside Hangar AE that they have the crew access arm.
You're like, oh, guys, it's actually on fire. The middle bit's on fire, so maybe you just want to look at that. Duct tape solves everything. Hello, IT. You tried turning it off and on again.
Essentially, the team now working. Just to recap, if you're just joining us at
Gerard's like, I totally know what you guys are feeling. 100%.
3 minutes and 50 seconds until liftoff.
No, you haven't. Also, welcome. They scrubbed it 3 minutes. 3 minutes? 4 minutes? 3 minutes to launch. They scrubbed it.
The ULA launch team.
Looks like it's going to happen
All
tomorrow.
that hold
So,
was issued by
no.
the ground launch sequencer, the computer that takes over terminal count. The reason for that hold is not known at this time. The focus now by the launch team is to make sure the rocket is in a good and safe configuration. That's many of the calls that you're hearing out. And also that they, once it is safe enough, that they get the crew of Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams, have them exit the spacecraft, come back down the elevators.
No, they,
head back to crew quarters.
Unless you've been lurking, they scrapped it before you got here. So am I going to be more nervous tomorrow? Less nervous? Because I'm going to be like, hey guys, here we are again. Man, this launch. Is it gremlins? Maybe it's just gremlins.
I want to bring in United Launch Alliance commentator Dylan Rice.
I kind of want to look on Twitter and see how mean everyone's being right now.
Pneumatic?
And yeah, Daryl, the team continues to work through the process to establish a stable configuration so that we can start pulling the crew off of the Starliner capsule. Still no update yet in terms of what caused the
Bye,
ground
Jack.
sequencer abort, but just like loading the
They're like, funny story, guys.
before we begin the egress process, and the configurations are very close to the same actually. We'll be maintaining the propellant systems in a topping mode and not changing the state of the Atlas or
yeah,
Centaur
people are being mean already.
as we go
I
through
feel
the
like you guys can't see
process
this, but
of,
can you see
egressing
this?
Butch and Sonny from
This
the
is like one
Starliner
of the
capsule.
memes that's going around.
But teams are continuing to evaluate the data
Yikes.
and
Yikes.
look into the cause of the ground launch sequence.
Yeah, kind of. Barely.
In the meantime, we will start to see indications that the team is re-entering the pad.
As long as you guys can hear me,
Direction was
you
just
can
given
see
to,
this.
allow the blue team back into the pad. So we will start.
All we're missing is something to actually watch. That's it. The rest of it seems to work just dandy.
And begin the process of opening up Starliner and egressing Butch and Sonny.
Yeah, so that's a good sign there. You mentioned with the blue team coming back to the
I
pad,
know.
they are the ones
And I'm learning that
that pull
covering
the crew
space
out
flights
of
is
Starliner.
also a game
We
of
heard that the
patience.
pad area is cleared for them to come in.
This
It's a good
time?
sign.
No?
Dylan, what's your time estimation on the team going through the rest of their procedures to make
Yeah.
sure that the
Yet.
crew can go
Yet.
ahead and
Being
get
the
out
operative
the
word.
elevator?
Actually, I think
I mean, better scrubbed than lots of
there,
things,
it's
right?
been,
So,
it's been
you
just
know,
about 20 minutes
yeah.
since
I'm
the,
like, combo of
since the hold was
frustration and
called.
relief.
And, in that
I
20
mean,
minutes time, we've established those configurations. In fact, we don't even let the pad team come back to the fence line until those safe and stable configurations have been established. So, you know, once they the
aw,
team was
really?
standing by
That's
at the
super
fallback
nice.
area, and they were contacted via
I
radio
feel like I
and
would need
told
to
proceed back to the gate, and they will
be more
proceed to the
game
gate
facey though, you know,
and
like
right back up to the crew access
check a
tunnel.
lot more of this. I have to be more professional, I think, rather than be like on the NASA live stream. Man, like I don't know if that's what they really want.
To redeploy the environmental seal, which which kind of closes the
I
Starliner door
could.
into the
I
white room,
could. I just
and then
feel like that's not the
allows
live stream you
Starliner
guys signed up
so
for,
that we
but I
can
could.
egress Butch and Sunny.
Yeah, we can see from this shot here that that environmental seal is now on. Of course, this is the configuration right before you move the crew access arm either away or back to the capsule. So you can see the open air between the white room and the crew
I'll come back
capsule.
tomorrow, maybe.
That will take the blue team, of course, getting up to the white room to put that environmental seal in place, which they are on the way. I'm monitoring some of the camera feeds. They haven't arrived yet, but they are on their way to
Other
the
camera
three
feeds. Show us other camera
ports.
feeds.
Dylan, just give us an idea of the role the ground launch sequencer plays in the final
Yes,
10 minutes
this
of
is
the
a good
terminal
tidbit.
count.
So essentially, the launch sequencer is performing all the actions that are occurring during the terminal count. So you will hear uh, our operators provide status of the terminal count, but those operators are not actually performing manual actions. They're just reporting on the actions of the ground launch sequencer. So for instance,
I'll do the first three here.
vehicle propellant tanks will transition from a topping mode into a pressurization mode as they are pressurized to their flight pressure. Once the tanks are pressurized, um, we'll start to configure the avionics systems as well for launch, and ultimately hand over to from the ground computer to the flight computer, which handles the actual final seconds of the countdown prior to liftoff. But again, the ground launch sequencer is securing propellant topping. It's beginning the process of pressurizing the vehicle for flight. It will be transitioning the vehicle from the ground electrical systems to the onboard batteries, and enabling the ordnance systems.
But I don't know if they
Ultimately
want
leading
this.
to
You know what I
the
mean? Like
engine
too many
ignition
facial
sequence once
expressions.
the
I feel like they'll be
control has
like,
been handed over from
gotta
the
take
ground
it down a
computer
few
to the
notches,
flight
Kerr.
computers.
And you've mentioned just some of the things that GLS does, right? It is a very busy computer in the final 10 minutes, as you mentioned, going through all of these very
Yeah, for sure.
tightly high energy systems that are being configured at the last in the last minutes before liftoff. To recap, if you're just joining us, the mission for NASA Boeing's crew flight test of the Boeing Starliner was scrubbed at
Scrubbed.
12:21 p.m. Eastern Time when a hold was issued by the ground launch sequencer for the Atlas V rocket. It was at T minus 3 minutes and 50 seconds, just a little less than 4
Oh,
minutes
okay, just under 4.
before liftoff when that abort was called.
I really thought it was gonna go today. I really did, you guys. I think that's what it was. I think I really thought. I was really prepping myself for it. But why did I think that?
Rockets that you can see here are safe and are awaiting. There you see a shot of them.
Ooh, look at the bottom of those space shoes.
And Butch on the right. They are awaiting the arrival of the blue team.
Don't want no scrub. Oh, that's a better hashtag.
And help them egress.
Bye, Gerard. Have a good dinner.
Out of the Starliner capsule.
Yeah, they just look so chill. I mean, I can only really see Sunny, but she's like, yeah, all right. Guess I'll go to space tomorrow.
To do some manual work to lock in the crew access arm to the Starliner capsule. And so they will wait for those moments to arrive. And if we've got Lauren Brennicky on, our PAO with the Boeing team.
I mean, I guess, but I just feel like at this point they're like, let's just go already, right? Like you've been talking about the thing for so long. I mean, I don't even know how long they've been assigned to this mission, but like, lordy, right? Like at just some point you're like, just put us into space. It is our job.
This is the team that will head back up the launch tower.
No.
Up into the white room.
What do I have that's lucky? I have to find some lucky things.
Secure the crew access arm to Boeing Starliner. open up the hatch, and get the astronauts out. Just prior to this, 20, 30 minutes or so, we've been listening to the ULA team safe the Atlas V
They're like,
vehicle,
whew, lucky us.
basically going through a number of steps to make sure that the tanks for the liquid oxygen, liquid hydrogen, the RP1 propellant, make sure everything is in a safe configuration before
Neil's
they
like,
allow
you're
this
doing it
crew to
all
get on the
wrong, you
pad. You
guys.
see the van there with the 321 backing up to the launch tower. Lauren, I want to ask you about, you've spent a lot of time studying the procedures for Starliner. Talk a little bit about the egress and this process that we're getting ready to undergo.
Yeah, Daryl, a lot of what they'll be doing is really what we've watched during this
Doing
countdown,
everything they
just in
did
reverse.
backwards.
I'm listening on some of the side channels to the teams talking about going through their checklist. And this is something that we've practiced many, many times in the simulator, and the teams
I
follow
mean, at this
along during
point,
those
anything would help,
sims
right?
where
Just get the
scrubs,
rocket up.
often the case in some of the different sim scenarios they put together. Um, and so
Yeah, I know,
they
right?
will go
Because,
through this
yeah,
checklist that they know very well, where they will go
somebody's,
through
finally being like,
everything that it
oh,
takes to basically get the
no,
spacecraft back in
no, not
the
happening.
shape that it needs to be in so that we can turn around and do this again and go for it again. Of course, we have launch windows tomorrow, as well as the 5th and the 6th. We don't yet know
But what time?
how quickly the
When's your launch window
turnaround will
tomorrow?
be for this. If it's something we can get back in order for tomorrow, or if we need to wait until the 5th or 6th. But
No, not the
Butch and
5th or
Sunny are
6th.
veteran
I'll be
astronauts
dead
who
by
are
then.
used to the world of scrubs. This,
World of
even during the
Scrubs.
last scrub, we even talked about how Sunny says that sometimes the scrub just knocks the pressure off a little bit, and they're used to it. So if you've heard
I
Butch's
know.
voice
They're grown
on
ups.
the loops in the last 20 minutes or so, you can tell that his spirits still seem high. Of course, it's disappointing, but it is part of the business,
Will
and our
I?
ultimate goal is
Will
just to
I?
make sure that our precious cargo, Butch and Sunny, are safe.
Absolutely well said, Lauren. And there you see the blue team at the base of the launch tower.
That guy's face is me.
Ready
That guy
to
just took down his
head
mask
up the
and walked
elevator
away.
to
Ugh.
make their way through the access arm
I'm with
and
you, my
into
guy.
the white room. We did hear, of course, they wouldn't be there if this weren't the case, but Starliner is also safe. We talked about the rocket, the Atlas V, and the procedures they had to go through to make sure it was safe for people to go back to the pad and to pull the crew out. Starliner, as you know, was also safed. And they are headed in the elevator, getting ready to go up.
Yeah, my mom has talked about watching that live on
Dylan,
TV. Like everyone in the
you're
neighborhood
a
was
launch
watching it.
operator, and so you've
Sounded
done a
awesome.
number of launches. Um, in situations like this, there can be a 24-hour recycle. We don't know if that's going to be the case yet. But
I
tell me
mean,
about
I was
what's
there when
involved
Starliner
when ULA
finally went.
recycles a launch 24 hours later.
Well, Daryl, that's true, and even in a situation like this where we're still working through the details of the issue that caused the hold, by default we're going to set ourselves up to come back at our next earliest opportunity, which is tomorrow. So our default position is going to be setting up for that 24-hour turnaround, and there are a number of things that go into that coordination.
Now I
Um,
just feel like if tomorrow
the
we're
first of
watching
which
it
would
and the
be
launch clock goes away, I'm going to be like,
coordinating with the Space
here we
Telescope
go.
45, our Eastern Range partner, to let them know that we are intending to utilize that day, which actually has already been scheduled as a backup launch day. So we'll be coordinating that with their teams, and all the support that we get from the SLD 45. And additionally, we'll be working to um, establish our systems on Launchpad 41 in a state that is ready for another launch attempt tomorrow. So even though we do still have some work to do this afternoon, which will include detanking Atlas and Centaur, at the end of the day, probably approximately 4 hours from now, we'll have the vehicle fully detanked, and we'll have the systems turned around and ready for another countdown opportunity tomorrow. So that could take a little bit longer if the anomaly team comes up with some troubleshooting steps that we need to run through, but not
June 5th and 6th, Wednesday and Thursday. Ugh. All right. I want them to go tomorrow. Go tomorrow.
But we're going to proceed as if we're going to.
Is there a bigger cup than this?
Until such time as
the cup the size of my head?
Possible, but
almost.
For now,
maybe.
Yeah, the great point about the launch attempt is already there and available tomorrow if the NASA, ULA, and Boeing teams decide to take it. It's worth noting that T0 is already set for June 2nd, and it's 12:03 and 07 seconds p.m. Eastern Time. Again, 12:03:05 p.m. Eastern Time as you're looking at.
What did he say? 12:05 Eastern?
Configuring the crew access arm around
Is that what I heard?
Starliner capsule, where inside astronauts Butch Wilmore.
12:03. 12:03, but Eastern Time, yeah.
To be egressed or pulled out of the capsule.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So literally tomorrow. I mean, 8:45, I guess. If I do an 8:45 stream. Oh no, my head is enormous. Yeah, I have a freakishly large head. I learned this from having to wear a bunch of wigs when I was doing a lot of theater, and they were always like, "Oh my God," and also hats. Yeah, I think it's just that like I have big facial features, so it spreads out on my face. But yes, my head is enormous.
We do really have a large network of assets that support missions like this. So for instance, we've heard from the Houston teams. We've got the folks in Houston that will be taking actions as well. We have support from the TDRS satellite network, and we'll be coordinating that.
It's for all my brains because I have so many brains. That's what I tell everyone.
That is beyond the launch site and beyond what you can see. As the rocket lifts off the pad that supports all these missions, and so it does. There's a little.
Ooh, I like their little.
Coordinating all those assets.
What do you call these things?
Everyone is ready for a launch attempt the following day.
Bungee, hooky, strappy things.
Involved, as you mentioned, the Space Force, just one of them. With,
yeah, probably. I'm sure I'm not like the biggest head they've had to deal with, but yeah, I've got a big head. Safety lines. This is the word. Safety lines.
Spacecraft, NASA, the commercial crew program, and the engineers and managers who oversee that program.
It's just like packing up her papers.
To one of its most cherished resources, orbiting laboratory, 250 miles above the surface of the Earth, the International Space Station.
See, I know. This is why I gotta get my shit together before I'm working for NASA.
Of this particular capsule, but as Sonny Williams has said at more than a couple of meetings that I've listened to, there's nothing.
Oh, Sonny. Should call her Sonny.
Time or date to launch. I want to launch when everything is ready, and that is not today, but the teams will study whether or not that opportunity is tomorrow. As you can see there now, the blue team, one member on his stomach, making sure to seal up that environmental enclosure there in the White Room. And Lauren, taking this hatch off is a process as well. We saw them secure it, and now.
Yeah, I mean, totally. Like, they're total pros. But it's just, I don't know.
Like I said,
yeah, it's a particular personality type to just have that much expectation, and then, because you're leaving the planet, and then 3 minutes out, they're like, nope, you're not, and you're like, yeah, okay. It's just, yeah. I guess that's part of the gig.
completely closed in, is obviously very, very
Hilarious.
without
And how
someone
dare
getting
you?
into the spacecraft, keep that a very clean environment. So they'll have that
That's
sealed up here
what I learned
shortly,
in
and then
space
we'll start
school.
to see them open the hatch to Starliner.
One of the benefits, one of the silver, because we can call it silver lining from the previous launch scrub, is that all the teams are able to take a moment now and study the data from what was essentially a wet dress that got down to just under 4 minutes. The launch team will do this. They'll look at the data, they'll study and see how everything responded. Starliner and the Boeing
I guess
team
my
will
only
do the
thing is that they
same
need
thing.
more time to look at the
They
data
set
because that's what
things
happened
up
last time, right?
as
They were like, I mean, I
previously
know they found other
and
problems, but I'm like, are you
study
guys really
that
going to look at this
for
and turn this
a
thing
number
around
of
in
days, and
24 hours
they
and
plan
be
to
like,
make
yep?
sure that was accounted for should the
I
Boeing
guess we'll find
Starliner
out.
go to the International Space Station and then need to deorbit. So this
Hopefully, see you tomorrow.
situation
Have a good
can
lunch.
also be a benefit to looking at this data, Dylan. And I wonder, as a launch conductor, um, you've been involved in a number
Give it a
of
kiss.
those as well.
Who is it? There's a character on a show where he would hit a thing to make it work.
That's
Who
true.
is that? What
And,
am I thinking of?
really, we're just going to keep the team focused on the tasks ahead of us. And, right now that is the most important thing. So we're focused on supporting the blue team, the team on the pad, as they get the white room configured and prepared to egress
Yes.
September Beach
Oh,
and
yes,
move
yes,
on to the
obviously.
next
Okay,
step.
yes.
And
I feel like I've
we'll
seen, I don't
proceed
know if
ahead
I've
of
seen
that.
that show, but I think I've seen like memes of
And we
him
have a
doing that.
vehicle detanked, and in parallel to that,
Yes.
the
The
engine
only
launch
thing I really know
sequencer
about that
will
show is I
follow
think the
that.
mom on
That
the
data will
show,
be
her name is
collected
also Marion.
today,
And
and
I feel like I know all
return
the
to
Marions because there's so few of
Boeing
us with my
for
spelling.
resolution, as we always do. Like you said, even with a successful
Yeah.
launch, there's an extensive data
Go
review that
down there,
goes
Fonz.
into
Give it a
the
kick.
data that was collected during that flight. And days like today with the launch scrub is no different. So there's a lot of data collected, a lot of data to review, and we'll take advantage of that in order to put ourselves in the best position to continue with an opportunity at the next earliest opportunity when it's right to do so.
We just heard on the nets, I just heard our team here of commentators, Dylan Rice with United
Ooh.
Launch Alliance, Lauren Brennicke with Boeing Starliner,
Oh,
and
oh,
myself,
Neil.
Daryl
Neil,
Neal
Neil,
with
Neil.
NASA.
No, she's
And the white room is now
Marian, not my
configured
spelling. The go
to
to that I
begin
say is
hatch
Marion from
opening
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
operations.
She has my spelling, the
Again, the
right
white room
spelling.
is now configured for the team
So
that you see in
my
front of you.
spelling is actually the boy's spelling. The girl's
Time
spelling
opening
is
the hatch.
A-N. I have the boy's spelling.
If you're just joining us, we had a launch abort at T-minus 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Happened at 12:21 p.m. Eastern Time. We were counting down towards a 12:25 p.m. launch when the ground launch sequencer issued an abort command
Yes, second best.
that stopped the launch of the Atlas V rocket and Boeing Starliner spacecraft. The reason that this ground computer called it is not known at this time, though ULA is
So you
looking
have
at the data and
24
seeing
hours
that.
to figure it out. Less than.
Immediately afterwards, the ULA team began to what's called safe the rocket, essentially making sure that all of those high energy systems are put into a configuration that is safe for people to be out there on the pad and for the astronauts, Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams, to come out of the capsule and head back to astronaut crew quarters. It also signals a time where this team right here was able to re-enter what's called a
No,
best
she's
functioning
awesome. I'm
variant,
just,
or
I
BDA.
feel like when I say my
So
name,
in
that's the
that
first thing people say.
hatch,
They're like, oh, like Maid Marian. I'm
as
like, no, but
rocket is fully
it's
tanked,
a different spelling,
should
you know?
something happen to it, there's an area in which it is considered dangerous. That rocket has to
There
go
is.
into a safe
I think
configuration
there is for a lot of names.
before they allow
There's
the
like
blue team
a,
to come on
because
board.
my
It took
sister's
about
name is
20 to 30
Vivian, and
minutes
I think there's a
for the
boy
ULA
spelling and a
team
girl
to go
spelling of her
through the
name as well.
procedures and successfully so, as you can see now. And now we are just watching them as they work, providing you with the transparency on this operation.
And also, fun fact, John Wayne's real name is Marion. But it's pronounced Neil, right? Or no? Is it something else? But yes, you, if it is pronounced Neil, you do have the unusual spelling of that name. Gotcha. Yes, that spelling's not going to be people's first go-to, I imagine. Correct. Look it up. It's totally true. Also, no one's that lucky to be born with the name John Wayne in real life, right? Like that's not even, that can't even be possible. I like westerns too. I think they're pretty cool. I haven't seen a lot of them, but ones I have seen, I've enjoyed. I think I'm just a sucker though for like a period piece, pretty much of any kind. So it's like, give me a costume, make it old timey. I'm all in. Marion Robert Morrison. That is John Wayne's real name. Marion. I also just saw that recently for the first time. I'm like, been catching up on movies that I should have seen at some point but never did, and that was also one of them. It was so long. It was good, but it was so long.
For today at 12:25 p.m. Eastern Time, it was scrubbed just 4 minutes before. You're watching the blue team inside the white room at Launch Complex 41 configure that space so that they can begin removing that hatch.
The blue balloon?
Where inside,
you mean like the tubes?
You have astronauts Butch Wilmore
the tubes on the right?
Williams awaiting to egress or leave the spacecraft. ULA teams are.
Oh my God. I don't know if that's for me, you guys. I don't know. I know there are people who are really good at that and do that, and
just 4 minutes before
I don't know about it.
Cause for that is unknown, but teams are discussing.
Though I will say it does seem like a much easier way to make content than like what I do. So I can see why people do it, for sure. Are we opening? I think we're opening. I just want to see them get out. That's all. And then I'll be weirdly satisfied / not satisfied. Yeah, the jumpsuit thing. I mean, I need to look more into that. It's probably for extremely obvious reasons, but yeah, space jumpsuits, and everyone wears them. Everyone, ground control, like everyone. I'm missing it. What's the oven? I don't get it.
Boeing's blue team now working on the hatch to the Starliner spacecraft. Got one of the panels open. We'll start working to loosen up the bolts, so to speak, and get the hatch opened up and get Sunny and Butch on their way out.
Yes, well, but different. I think this is a specific egress procedure. But speaking of Apollo 1, I've been researching a video specifically about how astronauts can escape once they're on top of the rocket, in a capsule on top of the rocket, because SpaceX put out this video where they came up with this like tunnel slide that looks like a water slide, and they posted some videos on Twitter of a bunch of people going down it. And so it made me kind of get curious to kind of research how people have done this in the past, and it's super interesting. This has changed a lot over 50 years. So I might have a video about that coming out at some point.
That orchestrates the final systems and operations in the terminal count issued an abort, and kind of talk me through what you saw as we went through that sequence of events.
Sure, so as we heard, the computers did automatically generate a hold, and that's done when the computer detects a condition that it did not expect.
I'll find it. It exists. I mean, you could find it on Twitter now. It's not an actual water slide. It looks like it though. It's like a tunnel, like a completely covered puffy tunnel that they slide all the way out to escape. I have many questions, but there used to be like kind of a cart thing that was on a rail, and that's how they used to escape. That I think was from like the 70s. It's really interesting. Some of the photos are kind of frightening, but yes, potential future video.
What caused this particular hold, but these kinds of holds occur when a command goes out and the computer cannot verify the proper response to a command, and so don't really have any indication yet as to which system that the issue
it's opening
associated with. We just know that it was a computer controlled hold that was initiated, and so our team immediately went into the securing steps to establish a safe, stable configuration for the vehicle. And we're going to maintain that configuration until we get Butch and Sunny out of Starliner, at which point we'll begin detanking the rocket once we have the blue team and the Starliner crew clear of Launch Complex 41.
And Dylan, we're another step closer to getting the crew out of the capsule. As you can see here, the hatch is now open as they begin putting in basically the equipment necessary to safely egress them or have them come out of the capsule. carefully so. Um, appreciate the recap there. You mentioned the
You're
launch
fired,
date
7 and 4. Get out.
early
Leave
on.
your suit at
We
the
don't
bottom of the
know
stairs.
when the next launch date will be, but what we do know is we have a backup attempt on Sunday
I
tomorrow,
don't. I know it's
June
gonna.
2nd
They're going to the
at
ISS, so they'll be. It'll take them about a
12
week to
p.m.
get there,
Eastern
and then
Time.
I don't remember
If
now. I
available,
had this all,
if
in
the
my brain
teams
when I was getting
are
ready for
able
the
to
first launch. I don't
assemble
remember how long they're going to be at ISS
24
before they come
hours and
back,
get
but I
back
know it'll
out
take
to
them
the
about a week
pad.
to
That
get
hasn't
there,
been determined yet.
chill out there for a little bit, and then come back home.
Listening to the nets now as the Capcom talks to the crew inside, giving them updates essentially to what's happening outside the capsule.
Yeah, Daryl, and one other thing that I'll add is that we have our primary launch control team, which is executing our countdown procedures in the launch control center, as was visible on some of the cameras, and that team is really focused on maintaining the configuration of the vehicle. We do have a separate engineering team that is going to be poring over the data that we collected in order to assess the issue that caused the
Hmm.
scrub, and that way that data evaluation does not in any way take away from the focus of
I don't
our
remember that
launch
movie
team
well enough to
on
remember Jake
maintaining the
Busey
proper
being
and
in
safe
it.
configuration
That's
of the
funny.
rocket and
I
the launch
remember
operation
more
while we have people out there. So it's two
once
separate
she
teams that are
actually
going to be
goes.
providing a
That's
common
kind of what I
goal ahead of
remember
us
more.
today with the scrub, and we'll continue to maintain that posture with the one team maintaining control of the vehicle, and that'll be the same team that handles the detanking, while the other team begins that data evaluation and works through the cause of the hold we had today.
That's a great point, Dylan. It is. I think you can liken it to the same posture that the
I
systems
do remember Jake
engineers
Busey
who
though
sit
in The
behind this
Frighteners.
crew
Do you guys remember that
responsible
movie?
for
It's like an
very
early Peter
precise
Jackson movie. Michael J.
systems that
Fox.
allow a rocket to
I
launch
love
into
that movie.
space.
It's like one of
It's
my
just like
secret
we're
favorite
in a
movies.
countdown, about T minus or L minus 1 hour out. Very much focused on their consoles, watching the data,
Yes, right?
making sure that
Like
this
I feel
rocket,
like no,
which
when
is
you
still
obviously
very
when you say
much
Peter Jackson now, it's
a
just all
live
Lord of the
rocket
Rings.
at this
But
point, um,
yeah,
is
Frighteners,
behaving and the
really
data
good
is
movie.
coming back that is all nominal and safe while this operation happens. So I don't think it can be understated the focus that ULA is putting on that at this moment in time.
Nice.
But again,
You
as
ever
you
seen the
said,
outtakes of it
separate
where
team
Michael J. Fox
studying the
screams
data
Doc?
because
I
there's
think he's
lessons
talking to John
to
Aston
review
maybe,
that
but instead
data
of
to understand
screaming
what happened with the
whatever John
launch
Aston's
sequencer
character's name is, I can't
and
remember, he screams
whether or
Doc,
not
and it's like,
that's something
oh,
that can be
too
remedied
many
in the
Back to the
next
Future movies.
24 hours. I want to just recap briefly what Sonny Williams said during a recent flight readiness review, which seems
I
to
don't
cut
know if
through
I've seen
here.
that
He
movie.
said that
I'm aware of that movie. That's has like
spaceflight
baby
is
Joaquin Phoenix in it,
complicated.
right? But I don't think
Every
I've ever
step
seen
of
that
the
movie.
way, we're realizing this. It makes us rethink how we do business. So we have a capable spacecraft
Move this thing
that
over to here.
they can
Move this
find
thing over to
solutions.
here.
We
Paste.
expect to find
Adjust my
things that'll
mask.
help us make the
Flip some
spacecraft
papers.
safer to fly
Shut
and
out
the
the
launch
401k.
vehicle.
Okay.
These launch dates are not magical.
Judge. Yes. Well
Detailed plan
remembered.
if you
Yes.
want them to stay.
Judge. Yes. And he
And
screams
that
Doc instead. Oh, so
her and
human. I
Rich
love it so
are
much.
armed and ready to handle any contingencies.
Oh, it's so
She
good. It's
said there
so,
will
so
be
good.
no
So
issues
underrated. The effects,
and we'll
like,
be ready to
because
handle
it's
them.
like mid
How else
90s,
can
like
we be ready to do
96
our job?
maybe?
That's astronaut
96,
Sonny
97.
Williams, who you
Effects
can see
really
left
hold
hand
up.
side of screen
It's a great
as they're
idea.
getting ready to come out of the spacecraft. All right, we're going to send it back to the hostess now with Megan, Mike, and Dee.
Yeah, thank you so much, Daryl, Dylan, and Lauren, for providing commentary about the hold that was called around T minus 3 minutes and 50 seconds to launch. We here at the hostess, obviously, visibly and audibly disappointed. And Mike, I just wanted to ask you again. You know Butch and Sunny so well. What might be going through their minds right now?
Well, of course, this is emotionally disappointing. And I know that Butch and Sonny didn't sound disappointed when we heard them on the loops, and it's because again
He
it comes back
was
to
doing,
professionalism. I think everybody
oh my
on
God,
the
the sick Family Ties. I was like, I am
Starliner was
completely
probably
blanking on what this show was
disappointed
called.
today.
Yes,
A couple of
he did Back to the
fantastic
Future at night,
space flights.
the original Back to the
Remember
Future
back
at
in our
night,
shuttle days, we would play this game
and
getting
was
ready for
doing
launch,
Family Ties during the day, and
and so
apparently
everybody
slept
coming back
not
would
a
be
jot
finishing
during
up.
that period.
And I think over time, we won't remember today as
Yeah, there's like a bunch of
day six
80s
so much
family
because we're
sitcoms that
getting ready
I
to
all
launch.
have kind of the same
So
title that I always kind of
I know
confuse in my head.
there was some disappointment there, but like we
Yes,
mentioned before, it's
yes, and he would
the
like
team
sleep
is
in a dressing
focused on
room or whatever.
getting
My thing about that is,
the launch
filming
vehicle,
movies, you're
rocket
doing,
safe to
5 or 6
get the
pages
crew
a
to come out,
day, depending
and
on,
then
what's happening. There's a
once
lot of effects. You're doing like 1 or 2 pages
spacecraft
a day,
itself, the
right?
prop
But
system
for
is
Family
done,
Ties, he's
then
memorizing a new
it's
script
good
every week
that
because
everybody can come out
traditionally
safely,
you
and
shoot
then
on Friday.
do the work
So,
with 24-hour
you're
crew.
getting your script on Monday, you're
Hopefully,
reading it on
and
Tuesday, blocking on Wednesday,
to
Thursday
see if they
pre-shoots,
can
Friday you shoot
find
the thing.
when
So
the
he
next
is
launch
having to
opportunity
memorize
is,
all this
Yeah.
and we
dialogue
continue being
while not
professional and
sleeping.
safe and
It's
looking at
just
what's
okay,
in front
rant
of us.
over, but like
Yeah, I think
crazy.
that's a perfect way to put it. It's okay to be disappointed. It's perfectly understandable, but at the same time, you could absolutely hear the professionalism in him and
He's like, is the
how
temperature for the cake
quickly
right? No,
folks
too
are
hot. All
responding
right,
to this
let's not
and
make it
moving
crispy.
forward to the next opportunity. Dee,
Was
what are
that
your
even a
thoughts
real car, or
again
did they make
from
that up for this?
Boeing's perspective
Was that a
as
car?
we wait for Butch and Sonny to come out
I
of
mean, I
this
know it was
room
a
to be
car, but
scrapped?
do you guys know what I mean? People
Of
really
course,
driving around those
it
things?
echoes what we've all heard. This is disappointing. We really wanted to see a liftoff today.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think
But
you really
for why not
can.
today during this attempt?
I don't
It
know.
takes
I think you
dozens,
gotta, cause
hundreds of
it's like
things
kind
to
of all
go
about the
right for us
timing,
to
and
get to
I
this
think
point.
it's more like you could hide
That was
dialogue
today, but
in like a
we
bowl of
missed. We
fruit
have
on
to
a
try
table,
again.
right? But
So,
I don't
teams, I'm
know.
sure at this
And you're
point are
shooting
focused
features
on
for many weeks. That's a lot of
scrubbing
episodes of Family
sequence
Ties that you're doing
and
on no sleep.
things we have to do to try again tomorrow or whenever that date may be. Um,
Yeah, I know it's a
so
real car, but
focused
like,
and
did people really have this car and
just
drove
going
this
through
car
the
around
process
like
and some
casually on the
simulations and
freeway?
a process we have gone
Is that a thing?
through many simulations um, until again we get to try to do this again.
Oh,
Looks like Sunny
why
is
is that?
landing the spacecraft, and she's going to put some protective boot covers over her
I don't know
shoes,
if I have
and
a tip.
then we'll take her speeding
Say it again and again.
back in her carry bag.
I like the
So
learn it
Butch
with no
is
emotion or feeling. Like,
looking
don't
at her
try and
cockpit
marry
also.
the way you want to
So
say it with what you're
we're going to
saying. Try and
move into
memorize
crew
it
quarters at
blank,
this time,
so then you
and
can kind of do
get
anything you
ready to
want
do
with
it
it.
again when the time is right.
And you were there when they returned to crew quarters on May 6th after the first
The feed
launch
on the
attempt.
left
Can you
looks
talk
like
to
my
us
room.
about their demeanor then?
You mean my
Yes,
room?
they
I'm
were.
confused.
You could tell that they had had a long day, but they actually
Is
had a
Brando
little
it? Cue
smile on their
cards?
face,
Is that what
which
that means?
I was. I don't say I was surprised, but I was like glad to see. It made me feel a little bit better about things too,
Hi,
because
Butch.
they do bring the whole team with them, and they've had a great attitude
Oh,
during
yeah. I
the
guess
whole
if you're a car
quarantine
company that
period.
makes an awful
So
car, I
this
guess
is
I
a
guess you
short
go broke.
round, and getting ready for the next time. Next time.
And also, if
And
you're extremely
he
shady.
he said it
So,
right. Practice doesn't make
I
perfect,
mean,
but
look
it
where we
makes us
are.
a lot better. And we learned a
Aw, look
little
at
bit
Butch is
about
so
the
cute.
rocket in our
He's just like,
spacecraft today.
hey guys,
So
what's
the
up?
next
I thought I was going to be in
pad
space right
launch will
now,
be
but I guess
so
I'm just
much
here with you
smoother,
guys.
and we're much
Whatever.
more practiced, which is good because a Starliner one's going to be coming, Starliner two is going to be coming, Starliner three is going to be coming, and all these lessons are good lessons to learn
Yes,
to
yes,
practice.
yes. But we need
Yeah,
Starliner
one thing that I
1. We
remember
just need one.
Butch saying at one point was, people might see setbacks and think that they're bad, right? But to him, he always thinks of them as steps forward.
And today,
They're just that
that's
good. They're
definitely
just that good.
a step. Today was definitely a step forward in that case. But we'll be ready for the
Yeah, I
next
feel like
time.
I've seen
We'll
this
see them come out.
documentary
They're
on
they
Apocalypse
obviously
Now, right?
are
I think it's
looking
like
good
Dennis
and
Hopper or somebody.
smiling a
Yeah.
little bit and
I
enjoying the
mean, you
again
see a lot of
that
crazy
crew is there
things.
to help them, and they're just it's a really great team.
Yeah. And I think a step forward is, you know, I would think that Butch would say a step forward today is this was again another great rehearsal. You know what I mean? And whenever we do try to launch again, I can imagine that things will be faster and smoother and more choreographed and rehearsed because they did have this opportunity today.
Yeah, for sure.
True,
My
true,
man
true.
for Starliner One, he was in the BMCC. It's Scott Tingle, and
Did Sunny come
really
out? Did I
he
miss
and
that?
I and our
I was
crewmate
too busy talking
Butch
about Michael J.
Vig,
Fox.
we all got a lot out of today. So again, this is just all
Maybe she's
helping
still in.
the next missions be even that much better. And yeah, you can see Butch is having a nice chat. They're going to get ready to go down the elevator and back to the crew van and back to crew quarters.
He does seem like he's in good spirits again, like you said, chatting with the pad team members who just helped him and Sunny get
Like,
out
out of my
of the
way.
spacecraft. So that pad team had left the pad, obviously. And in those final moments, it was just Bush and Sunny before that hold call at T minus 3 hours and, oh, sorry, 3 minutes and 50 seconds. And so right after that call, as we heard from Daryl and Dylan and Lauren, they safed the vehicle, made
Ooh,
sure it
there
was
are
in a safe
space sneakers up
configuration
there.
for the pad team to return
I also kind of
to the
like
launch
that Butch
pad
has like an
and
original
to begin the
Apollo haircut.
procedures to open up the side hatch there
I think that's cool.
so that Butch and Sunny could get out.
I think one thing that helped this time was we had on May 6th. It was kind of late at night. It was well after dark when they went out to the pad,
Like, is that mouthy Kerr
when
girl again?
we
Leave my hair
scrubbed
alone.
the launch. And this time it's in the middle of the day, so they can go back and have a nice dinner and go to bed at a normal time and get up and see if tomorrow is the magic day.
Yeah.
We're still waiting, I think, for official word
Mm-hmm.
on when the next launch opportunity might be. Or when the next launch opportunity will be chosen. Looks like if we were tomorrow could be a date. And if that were to happen, it would be at 12:03 p.m.
And for folks just joining us, just to
Okay.
recap so far. So there was an automatic hold by the ground sequencer
Yeah,
launch,
a little bit.
ground
He has
launch
that vibe.
sequencer
That'd be
at
an
T
excellent Halloween
minus
costume for
3
him.
minutes and 50 seconds to launch. So about 12:21 p.m. Eastern time today. The ground launch sequencer is essentially the computer that launches the rockets. It controls all the systems needed in the final moments of the countdown. And the ULA team will still be looking into why it appears
Oh,
the
there he
ground
goes. New
launch
angle.
sequencer did not enter into the right
Your
configuration for
job is
launch.
crazy,
And
Butch.
that is
Your
why that
job
automatic
is
hold was
crazy.
triggered. And
Look at
again,
that. Look at that office you walk away
T
from.
minus 3 minutes and 50
Crazy.
seconds.
Oh, yeah. There she is. I guess I just missed her.
As you can see on your screen, the next launch opportunity tomorrow, June 2nd, 12:03 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, that's just an opportunity. Teams
Hilarious.
will review the data from what happened today to determine whether or not they can make that launch opportunity. You see Sunny walking across the crew access arm now,
Welcome back. We're still here.
back into the white
But
room,
they're out. They got out.
where a pad team member is helping her to put back on her helmet or
It's
the cover.
a visor cover, yes.
Yeah. And that's to make sure it doesn't scratch, nothing scratches.
Yes,
Right?
it's very frustrating to have a visor that's scratchy and then it's hard to replace. So we protect them carefully, and so they'll be able to make it back to the shuttle
Supposedly, yes. Supposedly,
when we get
tomorrow.
wetsuited and this one's been cleaned and primed
um,
and get and ready for the
yes,
next
supposedly, I
time
mean,
to
the
launch.
next launch opportunity is
And give us some
tomorrow,
insight as to
12:03
what
p.m.
happened.
Eastern,
So,
9:03
we had bigger
p.m.,
coverage
9:03
last time on
a.m.
May 6th
Pacific time,
after
but
Bush
it's
and
just an
Sunny
opportunity.
arrived
It's
at
not
crew
confirmed
quarters.
that
What
that's when they're
happens
going to do
after
it.
that?
Yes, so they arrive at crew quarters.
Meh.
It was kind of funny because I met them right at the Astrovan. We said a few joking words, and then I asked Butch if I could carry his helmet bag, and he said nope. And same with Sunny. They're I would say fiercely independent, but they just say, hey, we're professionals, we got this. So we went up to the suit room where the Boeing and
Yeah.
David
It's going to
Clark
be like a
suit
24-hour
team
bake.
was there, and they helped the crew get out of their suits safely. You can see it's a little windy, and a blue Sunny's helmet covers a little bit loose. Hopefully somebody
A
sees it,
little bit loose, all the
puts it
loose,
carefully back
completely
on. We
loose.
have a piece of FOD. Oh, there it is. And so then they get out of their suits, and then they go back to their rooms at the astronaut quarantine facility or crew quarters, and they will get out of their undergarments and take a quick shower, get refreshed, and then find out what the plan is for
Yeah.
the next time, whether it's
We
tomorrow
would
or
all
not.
like to know.
So that's what happened last time, and at this point, last time we thought the launch might be the next day also. So they're keeping their optimism right now and keeping options open.
Yeah, I think so.
And so we just saw
So
Launch
yeah,
Itself
maybe
and
I
had
will
team members get
wind
inside
this
the
down,
elevator
guys.
at 12, which is the level
Yeah, I
that
mean, if
allows them
they
access to the
go
Starliner
tomorrow at
spacecraft.
about the same time,
So now they
I'll
are
be
making
here.
their way
You guys want
down
to be
to
here?
the
I'll be
base
here.
of the crew access tower.
Yes, I like the blue suits. I'm liking all the astronaut suits that I've seen lately from all the different companies. I haven't seen a bad one yet. There's any
Here they
cake left.
come out of the elevators again.
Yes.
See, they have their white
Hopefully
booties
there'll be
on there.
cake.
That's
Cake for
so
all of
to
us
make
if
sure
this
that
actually works.
any gravel or any small
Yeah, guys. So I
pieces
think maybe I'm
of
going
dirt
to
or rocks
stop it
don't get into
there
their fancy
because
boots
they're
that
out.
protects
They're
the
gonna get in the
spacecraft.
van. They're gonna go
A little
home. They're
calypso
gonna
for
chill
the next
out.
opportunity.
There's Butch.
And so we just saw there that the Astrovan
So
is
let me see.
already at
How
the
do
base
I
of the crew
stop
access
this?
tower.
There we go. Well, no. Did I stop it? Okay, I think I stopped it. There's cake on here. I'll try. I'll see if I can get cake. I don't know. 9 a.m. cake. It's weird to have cake that early. But yeah, sorry guys. I don't know what to say. Same time tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. I'll start 8:45, something like that. But we'll see if it actually is going to happen or not. I'll post on my community tab as soon as I know, and then maybe we can all watch it again together one more time. Coffee cake. Ooh, I could do coffee cake. That might be good. Okay, guys, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye, guys.